Meteorologist John Weatherby joins us for a look at our weather, and Sandy has passed us by, so hopefully a good start to the work week.
Good start, but we're not done with Sandy. We still have winds from Sandy we're going to have to deal with as she becomes the superstorm that she is expected to be. That's going to happen during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow. But for us, bright, breezy, and dry. The effects of Sandy still part of our forecast, and some of the coolest air of the season is on the way. Temperatures in the 40s, expecting to see some upper 30s too later in the work week. I'll show you that in a little bit. Right now, though, we're partly to mostly cloudy, 74 degrees, relative humidity incredibly low, 43%, and still that northwest wind is with us. No precipitation really to worry about across our area. Some of the upstate of South Carolina is on the very southern edge of this band of showers that are associated with all of Sandy that's continuing to push its way into the mid-Atlantic. And the computer models are in pretty good consensus here, but after that, boy, we get a real spaghetti plot with different solutions pushing all in different directions, basically across Pennsylvania into upstate New York. You need to understand the size of Sandy, though. Here she is, almost due east of North Carolina, her cloud field all the way back to South Carolina, her effects being felt all the way back to Chicago. They're talking about snow flurries from this storm. We've got some high clouds that we'll watch this evening, part of the Sandy circulation, but as Sandy continues to work her way north and then inbound, she'll lose the tropical characteristics and be absorbed and just become a huge rainmaker for that part of the world. How much rain? Boy, you haven't seen this in a long time. This is the bullseye of Sandy's rains, over 8 to 10 inches of rain, some areas up to 12 inches, and strong storm surges are expected for New York Harbor and Long Island Sound. So while we sit here with our northwest winds and our relatively dry, cooler conditions, there'll be snow across the Carolina Mountains, perhaps into northeast Georgia, not likely. Most of the heaviest precipitation will cross Jersey, Delaware, up into the Delaware Bay and across Pennsylvania into upstate New York. That's where the superstorm will really take effect and just put a whole grip on the transportation system. 78, 59 are extremes for the day. Nothing near the record. 33 our record this morning, and 30 is our record for tomorrow morning. So the cooler temperatures are not record-setting at all. Next tide will be high at 8 o'clock this evening. Low tide at 2:15. The full Hunter's moon, that's coming up tomorrow. That's another part of Sandy's problems to the northeast, the exceptional high tides they expect. We still have gale watches with a high risk of rip currents. Look at our winds tomorrow for mariners. Northwest, 20 to 30 knots with seas to 5 to 7 feet. First alert Doppler Max 11 forecast. Coastal flood advisory for the high tide tonight. 46 with partly cloudy skies. Still a northwest wind at 9 to 13. Check the low temperatures across the region. We see lots of 40s expected for tonight, and then only 60s for tomorrow. 10 degrees cooler than what we've enjoyed today. Closer in, Wilmington Island 65, Port Wentworth at 65 degrees, Hardyville 65. Look at Rose Hill 64 for a high. Next 3 days, 65 Monday, 60 on Tuesday after a 40 low Wednesday morning. Those will be the coolest times. Then we see some clouds come through Thursday, Friday, not a big deal. Temperatures may warm up to the 70s by the time we get to the end of the 7-day forecast. So we're done with Sandy. We'll still have Sandy's winds for a couple more days, and the coolest temperatures we've seen so far this season, Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Follow us on Twitter at Big John Weather. Have a great night tonight.
So do I have permission to turn on the heat now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, John.